The following podcast is intended for mature audiences. If you enjoy our work, please like, comment, subscribe, and follow the links in the description. Thanks for your support, and enjoy. Greetings and salutations, listeners. I, Eric J. Chucky, joined, as always, by my fellow video game media aficionado, The Boy.
Hey.
And this is the Two Nerds Podcast. Before we get into things, since I said it, and that's the rhythm, like, comment, and subscribe. But follow those links in the description. You may be expecting the pay-per-view for Money in the Bank somewhere.
That's probably not a good idea to be expecting. I was out of town on business when the pay-per-view was going to be happening. I had to leave really super early the next morning. So
and the Money in the Bank show was very specific about how if you started it at all in a different time point than right directly on time, that was not happening.
Like the network was just super fucked up. So
yeah,
we didn't start it, and I only got back this weekend, and I've just been doing other things. And neither of us were super interested in watching it. We already know the results. They're not hateful.
No, yeah, I mean, it's like, we could tell you about the whole show, but there have been literally 3 other wrestling programs within this fed since then. 4, I think. NXT had one as well. So what the fuck would be the point of that?
I'm sure the wrestling itself was fine. The results don't seem hateful. Roman, 420 blazed his way right out of a world championship, so...
Yeah. Which is unfortunate. When I heard the results that night, I was like, wow, that's really good. Dean Ambrose is a guy who really needs the push. I'm glad they put him over. He deserves this. They didn't put him over. They had to put him over.
No. See, I think that was the plan. I think the plan was always for Dean Ambrose to walk out champion. I don't think Roman losing clean was a part of that plan until 420 Blaze It Lowell happened.
Well, it's all a matter of mystery, but I think that's an intriguing opinion, and I don't necessarily disagree with it. Also, my new favorite wrestler, John Cena, got screwed by the villain AJ Styles.
He finally unlocked liking John Cena, and he's celebrating. Let him be.
I just hate AJ Styles so much. And then John Cena comes back with a twinkle in his eye and goes, I know I'm going to finally get Minister Whitey on my side. Watch this. Hey, AJ Styles. Fuck you.
And it works.
Yep, that'll do it. Yeah, he like, on one hand, damn it, AJ Styles won a match. On the other hand,
John Cena lost a match, which is
got his big return.
Which is kind of... And he had new merch. He had new merch powers and everything.
No, his new merch powers haven't worked like that in years.
They still kind of do. Here's my real question. This might get me to watch, at the very least, the entrances for this match. Did he wink? For years, the John Cena I'm going to win wink has been, to my knowledge, 100% accurate.
Yeah, but you know what, at this, I don't even know if I could criticize him for being dead weight, because he's been gone for so long. Because that's the other way you can tell if John Cena's about to lose a match, is if he doesn't try.
Like, Beyond is having a bad match. Like, if John Cena... Not every time John Cena loses a match. If you can tell he's into the gimmick, he does well. But if he's losing a match, and you can always tell if he's mad about having to lose the match or doesn't agree with the decision, because he will fully sandbag at least 1, possibly 2 moves.
But yeah, so, we didn't watch it, and we're probably not going to. It's been long enough now, I'd rather watch a WCW, to be perfectly honest with you.
It's old news at this point. I'm sure the wrestling was fine, but if I wanted to watch good wrestling, there's other better promotions to be watching. I'm interested
within the WWE.
Yeah. I could just watch NXT and get much better. If I don't care about the story and I'm here to watch the wrestling, I could just watch NXT. Since the story's already stale and I already know what's going to be happening going forward, I'm just going to roll right along.
I am pretty curious about the draft, though. Maybe we'll do a show on the draft. Maybe not.
Maybe not. Anyway.
Speaking of old news, last week
It's our bread and butter here.
it is our bread and butter. Well, I mean, given the timing, given the fact that this was on, we're talking about the Electronics Entertainment Expo, more commonly known by its street name E3. Have you heard its mixtape? Given that it happened like in the middle of the week, well, the beginning to the middle of the week, this is really when we could have podcast on it, I think.
Yeah, I mean, probably. It's just the way it is. Like, our podcast is when our podcast is. You guys, I assume, are going to be here more for our opinions than the news, because if you're here for the news, well, by God, we're not the only people that have Google. That seems like a bad plan.
This is hard-hitting games journalism here.
Hey, don't call us that.
Oh, it's about a dozen jokes I really want to make there, and I should not. So let's just
Smart move. Smart move.
Boy, I gave way less of a shit about this expo than you did. Why don't you tell me what you found interesting about this debacle?
I am interested in all the stuff that's going on with VR. It's a little bit outside the Two Nerds price range. Unless, of course, you guys would like to subscribe to White Raven's Patreon. I tell you what, if you guys get us enough money via Patreon to make it a thing that can happen, I will do a Markiplier and upload myself on camera playing HTC Vive, and you guys can laugh at me flail. I am serious. I am dead serious. I will embarrass myself in front of the whole internet to get an HTC Vive. Just putting that out there.
I will certainly not turn this down, but like the other problem with VR is that my wife gets motion sickness really easily. Like she can't play 3DS.
It's one of the reasons that we're not going to buy it. But if the
Sure.
listener wants to get it for us,
and I don't get motion sickness, but I get like vertigo, and it doesn't make me sick. It just freaks me out. Like sometimes when I stare at a 3DS for too long, like on display in the store. My brain goes into fucking caveman mode and is like, sky is falling, nothing real. And I start wanting to smash things. And
it's his inner Luddite comes out.
I guess. So like,
whereas, like for me, virtual reality gaming has been the dream since I was a little boy.
Well, I mean, golly, yeah. But I've grown up to understand that might not be a dream I can participate in. It'd be nice, knock on wood, where I usually would here, but that's where our mic sits. I don't hate you, listener, because we both know I don't edit this show.
No.
Unless one of us says something really sad.
Or really offensive. Like
that second one doesn't happen as much as you might think, though.
Not often, but if you've ever heard all the offensive things we say on this show, it hasn't happened maybe more than twice. But there have been occasions when we have said something so offensive that neither of us were comfortable putting it on the internet.
All the kids in Springfield are SOBs. Yeah, so like as much as like VR is interesting, and I certainly do like watching the videos. You know, I like watching Markiplier. I like watching other people playing the VR. I don't know if I could ever partake in it. So people going, oh my god, this new game's going to VR, and I can go, that's really interesting. But that's the level of interest that I can afford to have in it. Beyond the financial, if I put one on my head, I might just go insane and start killing people.
And this is the dilemma. So now the VR headsets are super duper fucking expensive, and of the three members of this household, I'm the only one who would get any use out of them, so they're effectively not going to happen, which makes me sad. But I'm still interested to hear about them because I can dream.
So what about what stuff coming to VR is a big interest to you?
They're going to be doing Fallout 4 in VR.
Yes, I did hear about that.
They're going to be doing Resident Evil 7 as like a VR first run game. It's going to be compatible in non-VR, but also VR. And more importantly, they're turning it back into more of a horror franchise.
Well, that's good because I was just about to mention that as interesting as that is, I haven't played a Resident Evil game since 3. Because they became action games after that.
Well, I mean, to be fair, it is a VR game, so it kind of has to be a horror franchise.
Well,
because regular games are horror franchises
Yeah.
in VR. You know what? Maybe that's how you do it. Maybe you just play horror games in VR. That way the reaction, your terror can feed itself into your enjoyment of the game.
no, I really don't think that's a good idea. I have a hard time playing Five Nights at Freddy's on my monitor with the sound turned really low.
Oh, God. Oh, can you imagine Five Nights at Freddy's in VR?
I can, and I can imagine the heart attack that follows and how bad you feel after loading up Five Nights at Freddy's in my VR. No, it'll be fine, Spork. It'll be fine. Just put the helmet on. I will say that I played the Virtual Boy back in the day, and I was one of the only people who didn't get, like, ridiculous eye strain after a while, so I don't know. Maybe I would be okay, but, like...
It would probably take some getting, like, sky is falling, Brad, kill! would take a minute to get over. Probably just start with, like, one of those nice, calm, atmospheric ones where it's just, like, a meadow.
Maybe.
The ones they put on Grandparents.
Or a bunch of naked people.
I mean, I guess.
Yeah. If you hear any weird,
Hey!
weird beeping in the background, we also have a new kitten.
Okay, I got it.
She's a delight. Her name is Trixie. She's colored and patterned, not unlike Halloween. That was what distracted me Sunday night, was taking care of that little lump of fun. So the podcast is a little more cat noisy than it usually is.
Sorry, I had to get up. They were the tiny, tiny kitten and our gigantic motherfucking over 25-pound cat.
We're on the internet, so we have to own a Bombay. That's part of the contract. Asks Dodger, asks Smooth McGroove. You have to own a Bombay.
Our Bombay is fucking huge, even by Bombay standards. And he and the kitten are playing, and sometimes, because he's partially deaf, he doesn't hear when the kitten becomes distressed, so you kind of have to break him up.
He gives you this look like, dude, we were just playing. Yeah, buddy, but you can't hear her beep at you.
You can't hear her make distress noises like too hard, too hard.
But anyway, welcome to this podcast. We can't just talk about kittens.
Hey, we got one. It's just how it is. The other stuff I was interested in was, I haven't actually watched it yet, but I hear on E3 they did a teaser trailer, or maybe an official trailer for the Assassin's Creed movie. And that might be good, or it might be awful, and I'm fucking strapped in either case.
We were discussing this briefly last night, and I mentioned that this was going to be probably an hour and 15, 25 minutes of a pretty cool, sci-fi-ish period piece, and then probably about 15 to 25 minutes of absolute batshit.
Or just, a normal alternate history, historical fiction, if they don't touch the meta plot at all. And I'm strapped in for either one. The second one will probably just be a good movie. The first one, by God, I want to see it. I want to see it. I want to see it all come right off the rails in the last 20 minutes and watch that glorious fucking car crash unfold.
I don't know. I'm not an Assassin's Creed guy. Like, I tried to get in Assassin's Creed 3, but then I got lost in the canals of Boston and people were mad at me. And man, I just wanted to shoot pigs with my cornflake gun and pet dogs. And walk around as the greatest pimp known to man, Hatham Kenway. So, and like I never got to the part where you played Rana Hanadan. Was it?
Yeah, Rana Hanadan.
Rana Hanadan. Excuse me. I didn't hear his name anywhere, but when the boy pronounces it, I usually called him Renekton to be offensive. Toward the character, because he's Squall.
You can just call him Connor.
That won't upset his fictional ass as much. I was so excited.
He's such a try-hard little douchebag.
Dude, I am a weeaboo for Native Americans. If I could, would siphon the Native American blood out of you and put it in me, because you're not fucking using it.
I'm really not.
And like, I think all of their cultures are so cool, and the idea of Assassin's Creed, but you're a native, was fucking amazing to me. And then I watched the boy play it, and I'm like, this guy is a poncy little weird.
He's a couple hundred years removed from the Linkin Park album his soul was screaming for.
Yeah. And he is Captain Bad Decisions.
Yeah, I'm sorry. He owns a ship. He owns a couple ships. He's admiral.
Yeah.
Bad decisions. Thank you very much.
So I couldn't get into it. I knowing what was facing me, knowing what I had to go through, I was just like, no, I'm sorry. My Assassin's Creed save will forever live in a world where, for reasons unknown to everyone, the guards hate me.
Haytham Kenway is Pimp Man.
Yeah, he goes around feeding pigs and hanging out with his weird, annoying friend Ben Franklin.
I played Assassin's Creed 3. The end of Assassin's Creed 3 happened, and I began to violently ungive a shit about the entire Assassin's Creed meta plot. Didn't touch the next one, I think. No, the next one was Black Flag. So I did play that eventually. Haven't touched any since, because I don't give a fuck about them. At the fuck all. The only reason I played Assassin's Creed Black Flag is because it's the part of Assassin's Creed 3 which was the most fun, which was yar har fiddly dee, being a pirate is alright to be.
I've heard good things about Assassin's Creed Gov.
Assassin's Creed also like Chav Creed.
Yeah, Assassin's Creed, you fucking what, mate?
Well, there's two protagonists. There's the lady who is Assassin's Creed, and then there's Chav Creed,
right,
who like has a gang of fucking rugby hooligans and a pimp cane, and I want to play Chav Creed so hard. In the same way I want to play Pirate Creed. Like, I played Assassin's Creed Black Flag a lot until, to get more pirate upgrades, I had to play the main plot, and then I stopped playing the game.
I don't. This franchise has no soul, and I don't mean like they
James Brown isn't in it.
No, I don't mean that. I don't mean it doesn't have spirit. I don't mean it doesn't have life. I mean, let me rephrase that, I guess. Ubisoft has no soul. Ubisoft is now EA, because EA is at least giving out free candy and going, children like us. Children, don't be mad. There's free candy, children. EA is fucking trying. They don't know how, but they're trying. Ubisoft is like, buy the game, yeah? Which was 3 different accents, which were not French at all.
Ubisoft is Abstergo from Assassin's Creed.
Yes.
And that's the best part, is they know it.
Yeah.
Like, they know they're the evil overlords, and they're comfortable in that respect. But I'm still excited for the Assassin's Creed movie. Magneto is playing the main character, so, I mean, I'm down. Because, like, of all the things in... One, we talked about how Days of Future Past is really good, but even in First Class, Michael Fassbender was one of the best fucking things in that movie.
Yeah, agreed.
So I got, like, yeah, I'll watch him stab dudes with a little, like, wrist knife. That sure. I'll probably watch that after the podcast, to be honest. I just didn't get... I've been playing... I'll get to that. The other thing I was excited for is the Skyrim remaster that's coming to consoles.
Yeah, I'm really looking forward to that. I don't know how much I... Like, that's the sort of thing that you could just tell me was happening, and I'd be equally as excited.
Yeah, like, because one... It is cool. It's cool that console gamers get the upgraded graphics, and for years, Elder Scrolls games were console games to me, because I started with Morrowind on, the Xbox, so that's what it was. That's how I played those games. They still are, I would say, largely. Like, we're probably going to get the Skyrim remaster, so...
It's not probably. We've already paid it off.
Oh, well, there you go, then.
I didn't put down $5 on Andromeda, I believe.
Okay. So we'll be getting that, and I'll probably play it on the console, but I also, like, that drove me to flex my PC Master Race gamer muscle a little bit. I just downloaded Skyrim on the computer, which I own, and because I didn't download it because I hadn't played it in, I think, years.
Yeah, like, it was on Steam sale for, like, all of $4.
I think I paid $12 for it and all the expansions. Yeah. So I had it on Steam. I downloaded it and put in, like, all the increase the graphics and make it more beautiful and all the make it better than the remaster that's coming out for the consoles stuff. My new computer, lock 60, no frame drops because, it's an old game. No matter how much prettier I make it, it's probably going to be fine. I threw on a bunch of gameplay mods and shit to make it play a little different because I played the fuck out of Skyrim. I played like almost 200 hours that game. So I had to make the gameplay a little different, changed all the perks around, added some more armors, some more weapons, all the popular Skyrim mods, basically the greatest hits. That's basically what I've been playing the last 2 days. It's just fucking Skyrim again, only with all these mods on it. It's super fun. It's super fun. I'm playing a giant super blonde Nord who I put at 1.25 scale, so he's slightly bigger, buffer, and taller than all the other Nords. And he is a light armored barbarian hero, and he is amazing.
I'm glad you're having a good time. I played Daggerfall, clearly on PC, and I still don't care to play the Elder Scrolls games on PC. Once I played Morrowind on console, I really enjoyed the way it played on console. I played Oblivion on console. I played Skyrim on console. I'm just not a big... I'm a PC gamer, like, for a lot of shit.
But for me, largely the Elder Scrolls games are console games.
There's just certain stuff I'd rather be sitting in front of my TV for, Like, there's certain stuff I would rather be playing on a dedicated game system. And my PC, as good as it is not a dedicated game system. Well, my PC. The PC I use. My PC is a nice little laptop over there, and it's dedicated to nothing. Although we did used to play Warcraft on it back before they upped the graphics.
And just that became physically impossible.
But, yeah, I mean, like, I'm looking forward to it. I'll definitely get it. A lot of me wants to play Fallout now that the mod support's enabled.
It's super fun. Some of the mods are really great. Because we have Fallout on console, because
same thing.
Me, the old school, like, PC Fallout 1 and 2 nerd. No, it's a Bethesda game. I'm sorry, those are console games. That's how they control. It has a lot to do with how they control, and now that I have mods, which was the only thing I really wanted I couldn't have on consoles, that came way after I bought Skyrim for the computer, but, like, going forward, I have no reason to buy them for computer, ever. I have mods on the console. I have mods on the console that have been streamlined, so I don't have to fuck with them. Because I'm going to tell you, even the mild amount of fuckery I've had to do so far, slight adjustments to INI files to ensure compatibility and stuff, I can do that stuff. I also consider that stuff a humongous pain in the dick. So, not having to do that for the console version, super great. Honestly, one of my favorite mods for Fallout 4 that I downloaded was and they turn off achievements for the console for Fallout, which they don't for Steam. I don't know why.
Really, that's curious. Probably because they can't really detect it.
That's true. But, they turn off console achievements. I don't give a shit. I haven't tracked my achievements in years. So...
I can't.
But one of the Fallout mods that I really love is a lore-friendly 40s music, 20s, 30s, and 40s music mod that just adds another radio station with, like, hundreds of hours of songs that is lore-friendly and fits the theme of the game, which is good. And that shit's just been on since I downloaded it. Because I love listening to the radio on Fallout. It really enhances the feel of the game. And also, it gets really fucking tiresome because I hate, like, 2 of the songs and there's only, like, 5.
Oh, no, there's like a good, probably 30 songs on that soundtrack. But yeah, it seems like there are times when it's like you just only have 5 songs today, Travis. But, I am looking forward to using the mods, but I care about my achievements in a distance sort of way. Like, it's not like I'm standing around measuring my EP against my friends or anything like that, but, like, damn it, I did it. I would like the record to state that I did it.
For the record, I did this thing.
So, like, I've looked at them, but I haven't actually used any mods yet.
Speaking of Fallout 4, there's another thing I was excited for E3. One of the new expansions for Fallout 4. Since we bought the season pass, we're gonna get it.
Which was so smart of you because they raised the price of it.
I bought that shit day one. I
Yeah.
was always gonna buy that shit day one. One will let you create your own vaults, which you guys can't handle my fangirl squee about that. So I'm just gonna roll right along, like right down to the social experiments and like.
Oh no.
Oh yes. Oh, they've made a mistake.
Oh no.
My wonderful, good, pure protagonist for that game is about to take a real dark turn. And also Nuka World.
What's that?
The Nuka World amusement park.
Oh, neat.
Yep, there's going to be a dedicated, like, entrenched bandit fortress in the ruins of the Nuka World theme park. And I think it's going to be Banksy's wet dream, and I'm super excited for it.
Oh, man. That gives me the giggles, and I don't care to explain why on the podcast. But anyway, as I was saying, yeah, I want to sit down and, like, I've actually really wanted to play Fallout because I want to complete the actual quests on a character so I can use the mods. Problem is, the character I beat the main quest with, he's done. He's happy. He's living his little life with Hancock and Spoiler. And,
spoiler.
And it's mostly Spoiler. I think if Spoiler didn't happen, then he would just, be like, well, whatever, back to the wastes. But Spoiler is there.
Yeah, it's Stephanie Brown. She's hard to let go.
God damn, you're so right.
Well, for us, not for DC.
Oh. Why'd you have to...
Because your sadness brings me joy.
Yeah, that's fair. Like, I even started a second playthrough on a different character with the express purpose of doing the robots bit. And I got to the point where I wanted to go turn Curie into a human-ish because they won't let me they won't let me romance her as a robot.
Which is bullshit.
Yeah. What, Fallout? Your really complicated dating engine can't handle the idea that I might want some clamps in my life? Can't say necessarily that I do, but, like, whatever, for the fantasy of the game.
Like, they let you romance Hancock and his beef jerky penis.
Yeah. Speaking of which, Google, for the rest of you ladies out there, Google Danny Chirago singing I Don't Want to Set the World on Fire. You're welcome. But I have to go do the main quest in order to take her to the memory den and get that shit done. I have to go do the main quest up to the memory den.
Which is a fair amount.
That's a lot of stuff. I'd say it's fully half of the main quest.
I wouldn't, but that's because...
we played differently.
Yep. Other stuff from E3, unless you had more to say on Fallout?
I could bitch about it for a while. I like the game. I wish I could play it more in the end.
Other stuff that caught my eye from E3, there was something else. I'm rolling through like a little roundup post that
while you're looking, I
caught my eye. Yeah, go for it.
I'm interested in Death Stranding.
I think we all are.
Yeah. But,
like, I'm interested academically in Death Stranding because I haven't really played a Kojima game since Metal Gear Solid 3.
I also haven't, ironically. I briefly played... Oh, God, I played them so little that the names get confused for me. Not the actual most recent game, but the one before it. That was like a demo.
Ground Zeroes.
Maybe?
Yeah, Ground Zeroes is the demo-y thing. Phantom Pain is the game.
Phantom Pain looks really good. But
I'm aware of too many spoilers for Phantom Pain, so I can't care.
I might be. I don't know at this point. But I never got to play Metal Gear Solid 4. I know what happens, and I think it's amazing. But, like, it was one of those things where we didn't have a PlayStation, and it was a PlayStation exclusive. And then by the time we did...
Meh.
I couldn't really justify, spending money on it. Just to play through it. I love Metal Gear, but... And then when I played, apparently, Ground Zeroes, I don't know if I liked the controls. They seemed foreign to me, and I kept doing things I didn't mean to do. And maybe that's just my old man brain kicking in, or maybe I'm just used to a bunch of other different games. I don't know. It didn't feel like when I used to play Metal Gear Solid 2 or Snake Eater.
Well, I mean, there's been many years of game development in between.
I mean, yeah, but like it didn't feel like, oh yeah, these are much better. It was like, what is going on? Like that brief period during Final Fantasy where they switched from the button on the lower left being do the thing and the button on the lower right being back out of the thing.
And they switched them around.
They switched them around. Like when they went to PlayStation, they switched that around.
And all your muscle memory was fuck.
Yeah.
Quick highlights of shit that is cool that that neither of us care about. I think I can be confident in guessing that. The Crash Bandicoot remasters for the first 3 games getting released. That's big for a lot of people. I played some Crash Bandicoot when I was a kid.
I have literally never touched it.
I honestly don't think I would give even the remotest fuck.
Like, I had an N64 during the golden era of 3D platformers, which I would argue wasn't. But, I've never played a Spyro. I've never played a Crash Bandicoot. I've never played a Ratchet and Clank, nor do I care to.
Hey, speaking of things we've never played, Dad of War.
Of War.
You excited for Dad of War?
I don't care.
I'm more excited for Dad of War than I ever was for any of the God of War series. Because Kratos seems like a complete tool bucket, and I think watching a tool bucket try and be a good dad is a more interesting idea than watch a tool bucket win everything.
And yet you turned off World's Greatest Dad.
Oh, no, that's not what that's about.
I know. I'm just giving you a hard time. Listener, don't watch it unless you feel like being a sad sack.
No, don't watch it. Don't watch it. Don't.
Could be worse. It could be a Serbian film. That's a movie about being a good dad.
Fuck! God damn, son! Dark!
I got them bands though.
Oh, mad fucking bands, yo!
Oh, don't fucking watch a Serbian film.
I'm gonna go ahead and go out on a limb and say Dad of War will go better.
Yes.
For the
son. You know what? I'm more excited for that.
Than a Serbian film. Or
I hope they put that on the back of the box.
Or the creators
looks better than a Serbian film.
Or the creators of God of War Dad Edition have really decided to pull out all the fucking stops.
You thought Press X to pay respects was bad.
No, I can't finish that joke. I'm sorry.
No. You finish in your heads, listener.
And I'm sorry.
Yeah, me too.
Let's see here.
Death Stranding. It looks really, really fucking interesting. I don't think it's going to be Silent Hills, but it looks really fucking interesting.
I think it's going to be whatever the fuck that guy wants it to be.
Yeah, and that's... Like, he doesn't have Konami to rein him in.
No. You're, like, strap in, motherfucker, because you're going to go on a crazy ride.
Well, and, like, the stuff that they've already been looking into, like, the shit on Norman Reedus' dog tags is apparently referencing complicated mathematical theorems regarding quantum mechanics.
Which is fucking great. Pokemon Sun and Moon get Battle Royale multiplayer. That cool. Sounds super fun.
Yeah, I a lot of people I follow on YouTube and Tumblr and stuff do free-for-alls, and now that's in the game as a real thing, so cool.
Yeah, definitely.
I don't have 3 friends who play Pokemon, but...
You have 2?
Well, just need to make a 3rd, I guess.
I'm going to go ahead and use this as an opportunity to bitch about something else. Watch Dogs 2 is coming out. And I am super mad that Watch Dogs sucked, because when I first heard about it, it sounded amazing.
I'm tired of open world games.
You and Total Biscuit, and fuck you both.
Well, like, I'm tired of sandbox games, excuse me. I don't mind if the world is open, but give me some direction. Like Skyrim.
Like, do you mean quest markers?
No, because like fucking those. I'm tired of fucking.
You're tired of the Ubisoft fucking open world game of climb all the towers, collect all the feathers.
Yeah, or Grand Theft Auto, or Saints Row.
Grand Theft Auto and Saints Row are sandbox games.
Right, yes. And to a much lesser extent, but still to an extent, Shadows of Mordor. I'm not tired of it,
that's
but like...
the Assassin's Creed Batman, gather all the widgets, climb all the radio towers, unlock all the things, light the fires, kick the tires.
I just don't feel like I'm doing anything. Like, I'll sit down and play that game for a couple hours, because we got it on the cheap recently, and I'm like, I don't feel like I accomplished much. I killed an orc who upset me.
Like,
is that good enough? Did I do good?
I played some Shadow of Mordor. It was fun.
Oh, I'm not saying it's not fun.
The
Look,
Nemesis
I had fun killing a conga line of orcs.
The Nemesis system looks super good. Once if I ever get to the point where I can't, when it's not just murder the whichever orcs strike my fancy, because look, I'm gonna be honest, I'm really like I played all the Batman games, all the Assassin's Creed games. I'm good at them. I'm good at sneaking in that mechanic set. I'm good at determining when and how to sneak. I'm good at murder, and I'm good at the rhythm gameplay. It's one of the few games I will say unequivocally that I'm very good at. So it's not like, oh god, this guy's going to be challenging. It's, what's he weak to? Okay, he's like this one very specific scenario, and everything else will get fucked. I'll just do that then, and I just do that. I am a fucking god of war in those games. So once I get to the point when it's not just murder the orcs who have crossed my ire, and it has become murder those orcs, and then also play Pokemans with other orcs that I have decided are my orcs. That sounds like it'll be a great time. But,
it's a decent way to kill some time. I don't know if it's... I don't know if it's a game in, like, the epic sense of the word.
There's a Telltale series. There's a Batman Telltale series in the works.
I own like 2 or 3 Telltale games. I have not played any of them.
I don't want to, so there's that.
They look interesting.
If it's in the Arkham universe, maybe. If it's just in a Batman episodic universe, probably not. Like, I probably won't bother.
Unless it's Kevin Conroy.
Yes. If you get Kevin Conroy to voice Batman in your stupid Telltale game, which, to be fair, you can. I mean, he will. He wants money. And he's not Mark Hamill, he's not picky. But fucking, yeah. Yeah, I'll play your game. I'll play the fuck out of your game. I'll play it twice. I'm not joking.
Boy, I need you to press the button so we can save the world again.
You got it, Bats! Look, also, secret hack, brain hack into the boy's psyche. If you can get Kevin Conroy to ask me to do something, 98% chance I'm going to do it. It really doesn't matter what it is.
There's like also Gears of War 4. I don't like that franchise.
That's why I didn't mention, I actively don't like that franchise. I don't like the controls.
There's Titanfall 2, which the ads look better, but I still don't want to play it.
It's multiplayer only.
I just don't care. Well, I mean, that doesn't mean anything, Overwatch.
No, because, like, Overwatch is the exception, not the rule.
Right, that's fair. But
and for a game like that, I want to play a single-player version of that. I want to be the Titan.
Yeah, like, there was that one Fear game, I think that's what it was called, with the ring girl.
Yeah.
Where you got in a robot sometimes. I played a demo of that, and that was pretty cool, and it was single-player.
The new David Cage game. This one's about robots.
Looks really good. Looks like a fucking David Cage game, and we like those around here.
Y'all like those.
Well, I'm sorry you got giant hands, and David Cage only puts games on the PlayStation with its minuscule controllers. With its controllers made for ants.
Like, people say Heavy Rain was the best David Cage game. No, motherfucker. Simon was a much better game. Simon could be played by normal humans with regular-sized hands. Go fuck yourself. With your tiny rat fingers.
What my friend Gorilla Grodd is trying to say here. Humans are an inferior species, and someday apes will rule.
I mean, that's just true, though.
Speaking of Gorilla Grodd, actually, Injustice 2.
Yeah, that looks dope.
Yeah, and it's got Gorilla Grodd. I'm very excited to be some Grodd. And fucking Black Manta.
Black Manta. Oh, you fucking straight up fanboyed out when you
Oh
saw
my
Black
god.
Manta.
He was like there for like a second, and I was like, oh, Black Manta!
Black Manta! No, alright. Normally I overinflate the sports reactions for comedic effect. I'm going to try and give you the best
This should be
approximation of what he did. It was watch the trailer, complete silence. I'm saying things because just complete silence on the podcast is weird. And then he comes on screen, he does a move. Black Manta! Like his voice cracked a little and everything.
Yeah, man, I likes what I like. Look, if they put fucking Swamp Thing in this thing, you've already sold me, Ed Boon, but I'm double, triple sold now.
I don't really see much more that I would even remotely give a fuck about. They're making a new South Park game.
I think it's just a remaster of the old one.
Is it the I think the
The
fractured
Fractured
but
but
whole? Yeah.
I think it's just a remaster of the Stick of Truth or something like that.
No, I don't think so. I think it's a new plot.
Oh, is it? Okay.
Yeah, it's something about time travel.
It's the same style of game.
Yeah. It's a very classic turn-based RPG with South Park humor on it.
Which is kind of weird that I haven't tried to play that. I like this.
Everyone says the actual RPG element
It's fantastic.
It's fantastic and incredibly made. Like Total Biscuit's favorite class, because I listen to a lot of that podcast. Again, mentioning better podcasts on your own.
I gave you guys a thumbs up. I don't know why. You can't see me. It speaks to the quality of our podcast.
His favorite class is Jew. In that, yeah. So that tells you a lot about the game, and it's probably like a really, really well-made turn-based RPG, and it's probably funny for a while. But comedy in video games is,
you know what,
hard.
I think this is why I haven't played it, and we've talked about this before privately, but I don't like Eric Cartman.
No,
I was okay with him back in the 2000s when he was big, but
my astounding Cartman impression aside, you are not a fan.
No. I wish the little bastard would just finally get his final comeuppance
and die
and move on with his life. But
dude, he's die is the only comeuppance.
Well,
left.
I mean, like if that's I suppose he did kill a guy's parents and make him eat him.
I not really that. It's that was justified. I felt like in the South Park universe. Look, that guy's a little psycho. He's known far and wide. This is post him doing a Christian rock band and becoming world famous a couple times and like holding Nazi rallies for the Passion of the Christ. All of that shit happened first, if memory serves. So, like, Scott Tenorman is from South Park. He should have known better than to fuck with Eric Cartman.
I guess.
If you live in South Park, steer clear of that fat little asshole. He's a demon. He's an evil spirit. Leave him alone.
You know what? Give me a game where I can play Stan's dad. That would be pretty righteous. And just try to do cool dad stuff.
Can I? If we're making pie in the sky wishes about cartoon character games, can I have the game where I play Hank Hill?
Oh shit! Yeah, where's the button to turn myself in?
Where's the button to turn myself in?
Oh man. Yeah. I don't know. You could probably play Hank Hill in Fallout 4. Like they've got that jeans and t-shirt combo. That's a clothes. Get some glasses, make your face real Hank Hilly, go around collecting propane tanks.
Go around collecting and selling exclusively propane tanks?
Yeah.
Throw everything else away?
Yeah. Find a place that's got a decent patch of lawn, take good care of it, stand on it and drink beers.
We have to go, listener.
I feel like this is supremely possible.
Yes. Everything's better when nerds talk about it.
Fuck it,